In a world where adventure knows no bounds, one daring explorer embarks on an epic journey to the most frigid destination imaginable. Battling freezing winds and treacherous terrain, the adventurer finally arrives at the gateway to their icy destination. Behold, the Costco freezer section. In this icy wonderland, he has brought the correct gear to keep him as warm as possible. As you prepare to exit this frozen paradise, carry with you not just frozen goods, but the memories of how your jacket kept you warm in the coldest place on Earth. Stay frosty, adventurer.
Well, I hope you guys liked that little story. It was fun to make, and really, the Costco freezer section in Southern California is probably the coldest place that I'm gonna be able to get to. I'm so pumped to bring this to you guys. The Outdoor Vitals NovaUL. Let's go over the specifications. Okay, so the NovaUL is an amazing jacket, and the great thing about it is that it only weighs 12 ounces. So if you're an ultralight backpacker, this might be for you. I have the extra large version, so it's just a tad bit over 12 ounces, but the large is 12 ounces. The shell is made out of a 20 denier nylon with a DWR treatment. What does that mean? It means that it's treated for weatherproofing or waterproofing, and it's a very thin but durable fabric. Next is the insulation. They have a down LT insulation, which is trademarked by Outdoor Vitals, and it's super rad. They take basically an 850 plus fill down, and they also take Loft Tech and they blend them together. They spent hours and hours and hours coming up with this blend. And the reason it works so good is it will keep you warm even when wet. It also has really good weight to warmth ratio. The colors come in charcoal, olive, which is the one that I have, and then blue. All of the zippers are made out of a YKK zipper and are super, super smooth. Love all those specifications, who doesn't? But we're gonna go ahead and get on with the features, which is my favorite part, man. This jacket is packed full of features. First things first, the pit zips. Man, I love the pit zips. Unlike unnamed companies that we're not gonna name here, but you know who you are, you didn't put pit zips in your puffy, and that makes all of us in Southern California sweat profusely. I don't like sweating, and when I'm wearing a puffy, sometimes it just doesn't get cold enough. Or you start walking down the block and you start sweating. One of the greatest features of this jacket is that it has pit zips. Now there may also be a flaw in that, but we're gonna go over that later, so stay till the end. Okay, so the next thing is that it has a full neck zipper. Now, as you can see here while I'm talking, the zipper goes all the way up to the top right underneath your lip, which is perfect for sealing in all of the warmth when it's really cold outside or really windy. Another feature that I'm super stoked about is that the hood comes all the way over and then it pulls back and draws into your temples so that when you turn, you don't see jacket like this. So the hood is exceptionally made, and it all has to do with how it cinches in the back and cinches down the neck. Super, super good quality. The next thing is that it has a water repellent shell. Now, this has a Nova Zero Stitch technology, which is also trademarked, which I find incredible. There is unnamed jackets that have many stitches down the sides of their jackets or down the front of their jacket, on the arms of their jacket. Everything is stitched in. All of the baffles that you see are stitched to the actual exterior fabric. So if you had two pieces of fabric and then you had your fill and your insulation on the inside, they're usually baffles. And what'll happen is they'll take all of that and they'll just run it straight through a sewing machine, which in turn creates holes. Those holes, for lack of better word, suck. Water gets in it, wind gets through it. It is no longer insulating you for what it's worth. It's not using its full insulation power. So what I find amazing is that they found the way to reduce the stitching by 10,000 stitches. I rode a bike in like 40-degree weather at 20 miles per hour. It's an e-bike, take it easy. And I didn't feel any wind. Most of these jackets, you're gonna feel wind through there. Now I cinched down the bottoms, which is really cool, another feature. I cinched down the bottoms, I cinched down the neck, and I left the hood off. I only felt the wind on my face and my fingertips because I was riding a bike, and my fingers were freezing cold. Everything underneath my jacket didn't feel any wind at all. So if I had the right clothing on everywhere else, I'd be set. So the other cool thing is that this has insulated zipper pockets. So as you slide your hands into the side of the jacket, you instantly are met with the warmth that's on the interior of the jacket, which is really nice because 9 times out of 10, the only thing that's cold on your body is going to be your hands. The other cool thing that I like about this jacket is that it has thumb holes. May not be a huge kicker for a lot of people, but for me, it kind of is. I love having the ability to warm more of my hand at any given time. And that's purely based off the fact that I live in Southern California and we don't really wear gloves, and it makes things a lot warmer. Let's talk about the fit. How is this thing fitting? I personally wear an extra large. I'm a 44 regular up top and my waist is a 35. And so what tends to happen on pretty much every jacket is it stays into a box. Like the jacket just turns into a box and I get wind and everything else comes in through the sides. What I really like about this is it has an athletic fit. And so for anyone who's athletic or has broader shoulders and maybe a thinner waist, this actually keeps everything hugged into your body, especially on the sides of your body. I love that. It's so nice to actually feel like you're wearing a puffy jacket and not wearing one of those giant winter Marshmallow Man jackets. It's super nice. The other cool thing about the fit is that they dropped the back. Outdoor Vitals didn't mess around with this. They dropped the back for a reason. And the reason is literally because they know that you're going to be putting a backpack on, or you're going to be riding a bike, or that you are going to be active while using this jacket. And so the really cool thing is that when you put your backpack on, it doesn't just lift the back up and then your entire lower back is exposed. It's not. The last feature that I'm going to talk about is that this packs down to basically nothing. Hold please. I mean, come on, look at that. This literally packs down into nothing. So the hand pockets, you have to use the left one, and that's gonna pack it down. What I really like about this is if you go somewhere and you go for a backpacking trip, you use this, don't bring a pillow. I know, Dan Becker, I know. I always bring a pillow, I love bringing pillows. You don't need to with this. If you sleep in your sleeping bag and you're comfortable in your sleeping bag without a jacket on, which you should be because you brought the right gear, this is a great pillow. I mean, look at that. Seriously, right? Great pillow if you are a super ultra light backpacker. If you're like Dan Becker and myself, you'll bring a nicer pillow. But hey, it's there if you need it. Awesome, right? Okay, let's talk about maintenance because there is some and it's important. So the maintenance on this is going to be almost like every other puffy. Put it in a front-loading, high-efficiency washer. You need a gentle detergent or a mild detergent. You need to use Deft or Nick Wax. It needs to be a cold wash and a cold rinse. After that, you're going to hang the jacket up until it is completely dry. Then you can throw your jacket back into your dryer. Don't just put that thing on nuke and absolutely melt your jacket. Then you're gonna throw it into the dryer with 3 dryer balls. The reason that we're throwing it back into the dryer is because we need to redistribute that insulation. Put it on low heat, the lowest setting it'll go, or no heat. That is going to be the best way to redistribute all of the insulation in there. Now that we talked about maintenance, let's talk about pros and cons. Okay, first, let's talk about the pros. The pros of this jacket, there's a ton of them. It's pretty much the whole jacket, actually. So the first pro that I'm gonna go over is that it is super lightweight. For a men's large, it's 12 ounces. That's super light, man. Pro number 2, this has a tapered fit. Ah man, I love that. I can never find a jacket that actually tapers in and actually hugs my sides. I know, as lame as that sounds, I like it, so you guys can deal with it. So the third pro that I have is gonna be that the woven baffles create a wind-resistant jacket. I don't have to go get a windbreaker and a puffy and spend like $700 on jackets. I just have to get a puffy and then I'll be warm. Incredible. Outdoor Vitals, thank you. Oh, so good. The fourth and final pro is that this has pit zips. I love the pit zips, dude. This is such a quality piece in a puffy. If I could pick one pro from this jacket, it would be the pit zips. Unfortunately, we're gonna talk about cons too. There is only one con on this jacket. I am in Southern California and I wear my jackets with a t-shirt. Call me crazy, but I do. I wear my puffies with a t-shirt because inevitably, I start in the morning, I put on a t-shirt, I zip up my puffy, I walk out the door, I get in my car, I go to work, and when I get to work, I go inside. And then I fry because I have a long sleeve shirt on underneath. Why is that a big deal? So the pit zips are kind of uncomfortable right here. And that's because there's no fabric like on the actual zipper. So you basically just have a zipper like attacking your hair. And I'm not talking about like your armpit hair, I'm talking about like the actual hair on your arms. Because I wear this with a t-shirt, right on the zipper, man, if we could just make that have like a little bit of like a lip so that when you open it, there's still a little lip there, but when it's closed, it's in there. Now, I understand that as you zip and open and you know, things get caught and it's like the inevitable sleeping bag zipper catching thing, I get it. But if we could just put a little bit of fabric there, that would be money, because the inside of this jacket is super, super soft. The only thing that doesn't, just a little bit of a zipper. That is the only con of this jacket, which is insane. So guys, seriously, get yourself an Outdoor Vitals jacket. You will not regret it. What are my final thoughts? So my final thoughts on this jacket are that this is incredible. Who would I recommend this to? I would recommend this to an ultralight backpacker. I would recommend this to the overland guy. And third, I would recommend this to everybody. I know that that's such a bold statement and I'm sorry that I'm making it, but I am. If you want one puffy to do it all, this might be that puffy. My final thoughts on this puffy are literally like, I could just run down the list, but you could just go back to the features and look at all the great things that I say about the features, because literally everything about this puffy has been thought out, engineered, and perfected to a T, except for the pit zips, and it's incredible. So I'm just so pumped that I've found a company that's working as hard as Outdoor Vitals is and is really trying to be as sustainable as possible. They go direct to consumer, which is really kind of unheard of. Most people have like a brick and mortar and then they sell into REI or backcountry and things like that. But Outdoor Vitals is really trying to keep it direct to consumer. What I love about this is they can spend all of their money on how good your materials are and then upcharge a little bit because they have to cover the cost, and that's it. That's what I love about Outdoor Vitals, and especially the NovaUL. I recommend this for everybody. I'm going to wear that puffy all winter. This jacket is truly incredible. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. We'd love to have you on board. We do reviews like this all the time now. I'm super pumped. I have tons of boxes that need to be reviewed, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Outdoor Vitals, don't be mad that I took your jacket into the freezer section at Costco. Please. See ya.